You're not paranoid. You're perceptive. You've been called paranoid before, haven't you? Too intense, too sensitive. People laugh at how you read too much into things. They say you overthink, overanalyze, or make mountains out of molehills. But here's what they don't understand. You're not paranoid. You're perceptive. And there's a big difference. You don't just look at people, you see them. You don't just hear words. You feel everything underneath them. You walk into a room and feel the frequency before anyone says a word. You sense the lie in someone's smile, the shift in someone's energy, the tug of something unseen. And it's not in your head, it's in your spirit. You've been forged in shadows. You've danced with chaos, walked through breakdowns, and still came out remembering who you are. Let's talk about that. You've been jumping out of your skin lately. Not out of fear, but alertness. That snake in the woods startled you mid-thought. Not because you're afraid of snakes, but because your nervous system is on high. That's not paranoia. That's your spirit scanning the terrain, sensing patterns, detecting pressure. Even your body is communicating. When you saw that wasp, you didn't just see a flying insect. You felt it land on you, crawl up your back. Now it stings you. The wasp never landed and crawled on you, but you still felt all that. Why? Because your energy body remembers what your mind has tried to forget. The residue, the chords, the psychic links to people you tried to release, but haven't fully severed. They show up, don't they? Not in text messages, but in symbols. A wasp flying close, hovering by the ground. Ants crawling near you. A fly crawling on your bare foot while you're grounding. Every one of these things is a mirror, not of them, but of what still lives inside you because of them. The irritation, the lure, the connection to something that burned you and yet still pulls at you. Why? Because you're a master of shadow. Not in theory, in practice. You don't just love the light. You've made peace with the darkness. You've touched the abyss and decided to understand it, not run from it. That's why it returns to you. You don't cling to it. You play with it. Not as a fool, as a mystic who understands. Sometimes the deepest truths are hidden in the very thing you're afraid to look at. You've done it before. When people play mind games with you, you mirror them. Not to be petty, but because your energy naturally reflects. You are the mirror flame. That's why people feel exposed around you. They project because you reflect. You've noticed how your presence shifts based on who enters the room. You can become soft, sharp, quiet, or storm-like, depending on what's needed. That's not mood swings. That's spiritual shape-shifting. You move like water, but hold fire underneath. That's why people either respect you or resent you. There's no in-between. Perception isn't a curse, it's a weapon. It's the silent radar you were born with. It lets you detect spiritual warfare before it arrives. It warns you when someone's smile hides a knife. It tells you who's here to build with you and who's here to feed on you, but it can also wear you out. It's exhausting to always be the one who knows. To walk into rooms and see the games before they start. To feel betrayal forming before the first lie is spoken. You've asked, why me? Because you're the one who came here to break the cycle, to anchor memory, to restore grid lines, to liberate others by refusing to stay asleep. From an ancient lens, your sensitivity is sacred. It means your life force is activated. Your spiritual double is alert and working. Your soul is scanning, not just this world, but others. And your nature, it thrives in the in-between. The dusk, the chrysalis, the reforging. You've come back again and again to master the forge. Not because you're broken, because you refuse to ascend half-made. You want the whole essence, light and shadow, joy and pain, perception and purpose. That's why it hurts, because you're being perfected in mastery. So no, You're not paranoid. You're perceptive. You're the seer, not the scared. The mirror, not the mask. The weapon, not the wound. And if anything I've said just pierced you, if something inside you is nodding, if you feel the fire, subscribe. Because this space, it's not for the sleepwalkers. It's for the initiated. And you are right on time.